What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 54 of the Stogey Society Podcast. I'm Hugo Smokes, and today we have a special guest. We have Zach from Hermanos de Armas. But before we introduce our guest, let's go ahead and hey, Frank, nice shades, bro. Órale. Let's go around and introduce the panel. Frank, go ahead. Let us know what you're smoking and what you're pairing.
Yeah, I'm smoking the Veiled Mutiny. Am I saying that right?
Yes, sir.
And this is the from HDA Cigars, Hermanos de Armas. And I have a plethora of pairings. I have a whiskey from that my good buddy Sosa sent me. It's a Adam Hoops.
Oh,
I
nice.
also have one of the vodka seltzers he sent.
Man, whiskey and vodka.
Trying something different.
Have a good night tonight, bro.
And
Pulling a cigar scope.
and I also have an old fashioned. Yeah, and I have an old fashioned. So you might see Red Frank along with Red Randall.
Damn, bro.
He's gonna be leaving to pee like 8 times.
Getting tore up.
David, what do you got, bro?
You'll see it.
I wanted to dress up as my favorite ingeniero, and I'm smoking the Cataclysm right there. And on this side, we've got a pairing with some Stag. For those of you Stag heads, this is a 22B. So very tasty stuff.
Nice. Steven, what do you got, bro? I mean, Steven, Randall. Sorry.
I know we look the same. We both had the same idea for a costume, apparently. But I'm also smoking Cataclysm. Also, happy Halloween to everybody in the chat and the guests back over here. And to be like Frank, I also have some bourbon whiskey from our good friend Sosa from Ashland Distillery. So that's the pairing.
You've been killing that bottle, huh? Since you got it, huh?
You know they don't make them as big as they used
No
to.
shit.
Yeah, sure, bro. It's $7.50, bro. Relax.
Sure. That's the problem.
Bottle, bro.
That's the problem. Not you drinking it, bro.
You burn yourself, bro, big time.
Dude, these bottles used to be bigger, man.
Yeah, sure. So I have the Cataclysm as well, and I'm pairing it with a tequila, which is, for me, it's a little bit sweet. So I think it should pair very well with the cigar that's supposed to be like more exotic. So we got Hermanos de Armas today. We have Zach, and his partner couldn't make it. There's a family emergency. But Zach, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and your cigar brand?
What's going on, guys? Let me tell you what I'm looking at, but can't smoke the Descending Shadows because I'm inside, and I am pairing it with a bottle of water. So unfortunately, I'm gonna watch you guys partake in all the fun. Yeah, man. So thanks for having me on, dude. Like you said, I'm Zach. I'm one of the 2 owners of HDA Cigars, and or Hermanos de Armas Cigars, and we have been around now for a couple of years, and excited to jump on and talk all things cigars with you guys, man.
Awesome, man. Oh yeah. So for the viewers, Zach is actually traveling, and he's in a hotel, so unfortunately he can't be smoking there. So, you know.
Yeah, I asked. They said no.
Oh, by the way, yeah. By the way, AJ here, he's a big fan of Hermanos de Armas, and he's smoking a Phantom Fury.
My man AJ, dude.
Yeah.
My man AJ is always popping up, dude. I appreciate him.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a good friend of the not just of the podcast, but of just in the cigar community itself. Like,
yeah,
you know, he's very involved.
Yeah, he's been a big supporter of HDA, so we definitely appreciate it.
Awesome. So why don't you start off by telling us a little bit more about the cigars that we're smoking? Since we're all smoking the Cataclysm, we can start with that one, and then the one that Frank's smoking.
Sure. Yep. So the Cataclysm, that's our Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. We all of our cigars are 100% Nicaraguan. All the cigars are rolled out of Esteli, Nicaragua. That one in particular is like I said, an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. I really, really dig that one. That one's really special to me because we use like a little extra Ometepe in that one. Both Andre and I are big fans of Ometepe tobacco, and so in that one we use a little bit more Ometepe than all of the other cigars. Fun fact: all of our cigars contain some amount of Ometepe tobacco. That one just has a touch more. And then the Veiled Mutiny, that's our Ecuadorian Maduro cigar. Ecuadorian Maduro, and again, 100% Nicaraguan filler. That one has kind of that one. There you go. Yep. That one has some bodega, some Ometepe, and then a little bit of jalapa as well. That one I would say is a pretty true Maduro. So I hope you guys enjoy them, man. Is this everybody's first time smoking HDA?
It's my first time.
It is my first time.
Yes, this is my first time for sure. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm surprised because Frank, he's more of the he's more curious about really.
I love boutique brands and stuff. I haven't had a chance to really, pick up a couple of sticks, but I mean, I'm so glad we were finally getting a chance to talk because I get to try your cigars, and I'm definitely going to be buying more because like this one just starting right now. This one's doing phenomenal.
Good.
It's hitting all the right profile notes that I like a little bit of the pepper and that woodsy note. It's really good.
Good. But and you don't have to say nice things just because I'm here either.
Right,
well,
Frank.
Well, in that case, no, dude, it's really good.
Yeah. So these are two cigars. What other cigars are regular, regular production in your portfolio or like your core lines?
Yep. So that's two of our three core line. Our third here is the Descending Shadows.
Okay.
So this one, the Descending Shadows, is our Ecuadorian sun-grown wrapper. That one, again, 100% Nicaraguan filler. That one we have a little bit more Esteli tobacco from Esteli, and Ometepe. That, if I had to choose, is probably my favorite of the three of our core line. Everything we've done up to this point has been pretty simple. We released we went to market in April of 2024, and the cigars that you guys have, the Descending Shadows, the Veiled Mutiny, and the Cataclysm is what we released with. And we're 18 months in, and those three cigars are our core line, and they've been our core line from the very beginning. The only thing that we've done separate from the core line was the Phantom Fury, which was an LE that we released back in June. Yeah, June, because we did it just in time for July. So but outside of that, man, we've been trying to keep it real simple. As a new brand, we're not trying to get too crazy right out the gate.
That's
Very
good.
nice,
You
very
perfect.
nice.
Yeah,
That's
you
good because
perfect
you wanna
the tobaccos you can work with. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So you mentioned that.
So-
Frank, are you having a little lag? Because I think you're.
Yeah, dude. For some reason, I am. Sorry.
Are you watching the YouTube live? Because that has a lag on it. Go back to the StreamYard.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
not.
Go back to StreamYard, bro.
I'm
Go back to
not.
the StreamYard link, dude.
No. I don't even have Discord on, dude. Like I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the
Yeah.
the cold
You're
affecting
using your.
old
Are you
ass
using?
laptop.
Are you using your camera as a webcam? At your phone? Are you using your phone?
No, actually, I have another webcam that I just got, but maybe because it's pulling more. I have no idea. Let me do some changes here. But meanwhile, y'all continue talking.
Okay. Sorry. I think Randall had a question over here. Sorry about that, Zach.
That's all good, bro.
No, honestly, that distracted me so much.
Okay.
I'm just let's start fresh now with that Frank's.
All right. Well, what I was gonna say is that you mentioned Ometepe tobacco, and that's a very particular tobacco, right? And if it's kind of like one of those cigar nerd stuff, um, uh, how did you guys end up liking Ometepe? What was your first? What cigar? What was your first love that had Ometepe, or how did you discover it?
Ometepe. Look. The reality is that I'd probably been smoking. That's not true. Hey, that's not true, man. He's talking that I'm regretting coming on the show. That's not true at all, man.
I think you were surprised when you saw everybody with the sunglasses. I was surprised myself.
Yeah.
These fuckers fucking set me up, dude. I had no idea they were gonna do that.
Just a little.
It's the nerd table.
Yeah. So Ometepe, I think if I had to guess, I mean, there's probably a lot of people out here that if I say Ometepe tobacco, there's probably a lot of people that are like, okay, that means nothing to me. And the reality is I probably smoked a lot of Ometepe for a while and just hadn't realized it. Really, when we kind of zeroed in on the fact that we liked Ometepe was when we were down in Nicaragua and we were smoking a lot of Puritos, and we were going through and trying each individual type of tobacco. And we really, both Andre and I, zeroed in that we loved Ometepe, right? So that's like going to be the easiest way because you don't have anything else to kind of blend in with the noise. So yeah, it was, the factory that we work with, they have the ability to source Ometepe. Not every factory does. It's a little bit more difficult to source. And we loved it. And so we've released 4 cigars and it has been a part of all 4 of our cigars. And so, yeah, some people we found, so it should be noted that when we developed these blends, when we kind of came up with these cigars, we weren't developing these cigars with the intent of, well, what does this guy like? This guy has a big voice in the community. What does this person like? Or what is going to be a bestseller? Everything that we did it because Andre and I really liked it. And that was kind of the goal that we set forth with, and found out, that Ometepe tends to be a very polarizing type of tobacco. Some people either really like it and some people really dislike it. And I will say that more than one person has talked to me about how much they love our cigars. And then we'll be like, I'm just really glad that you guys don't use Ometepe because I hate Ometepe. And I was like, cool, man. Every single one of our cigars is Ometepe. Wait, what? And I was like, dude, it's all about how it gets blended. And I'm not going to act like I'm the best blender in the world because I sure as shit am not. I don't even think I'm the best blender in the world. It's just I blended what I felt was a good cigar. I'm not going to try and get scientific with it, but maybe what you were smoking was it just wasn't balanced well with Ometepe. There was one guy in particular. He's in cigar media, and he came and swung by our booth during PCA, and he had released a review of our cigar, and he was talking about how much he liked it. And he came by and he was talking about I told him, I was like, man, it's really good to meet you. I enjoy your content. I appreciate the kind of words that you had about our cigars. He did an interview, and in the interview, I mentioned something about Ometepe, and he paused and he looked at me. He's like, "You're messing with me, right?" And I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" He's like, "Dude," he's like, it's like well known on my channel that I hate Ometepe," and I was like, "Well, I'll be honest, I don't watch like a lot of your stuff. You kind of popped up on my radar because you reviewed our cigars, but." And so I'm not trolling you. I was like, but that cigar that you smoked had Ometepe in it. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, dude. It's like, you really liked it, man. You just, maybe just broaden your horizons a little bit. So yeah, we found out that we liked it, but it wasn't like a calculated move by any stretch.
I will say the worst cigar I've ever had was made with a lot of Ometepe. It was I think it was the 1935 Aniversario Son Diamantes, Monte Cristo. But I don't know, for some reason that wasn't blended like this one. I guess because the different tobaccos they used just didn't pair well with that Ometepe. and like I'm really enjoying this. Like I'm just smoking through it. I don't really like, if you hadn't said anything about being omatepe, I'd have been surprised.
Yeah.
I can really taste the omatepe on the retrohale on this cigar. It's that volcanic fucking almost ash like mineral note, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can never pinpoint exactly what that is, but I do like omatepe. But I can never put it into words why I like omatepe. I like saying omatepe. It's fun, and I learned that it's an island in Nicaragua, but volcanic soil. I'll have to look into that. But
yeah. I think if you get into tequilas more, you will appreciate the omatepe because it's the same idea. A lot of the tequilas are very earthy, very mineral driven because there's the big volcano there in Jalisco, which that's where they grow the agaves. So
the agaves, yeah.
I like it with the like sweet Kentucky bourbons where you have that like Kentucky limestone water, and that mineral quality pairs really well.
Yeah. So we have a question here from what's up?
Just throwing the ash off to the fan. You can ask your question.
You can go in there.
I don't know if this is like an inside joke or something, but the guest is asking, how well do your cigars go with crayons, and what color is the best? Asking for a friend. I don't know.
I'm gonna guess that is a Marine that's asking that question. I guess, which I appreciate. I am not a Marine, but I speak kind of partial Marine.
All right.
Yeah, my very first deployment to Afghanistan, I was with the Marines. So, yeah, my favorite. I unfortunately never developed a taste for crayons. But if I had to guess, it'd probably be red.
So that's like a military inside joke or Marine inside joke. Okay.
Yeah, we always anytime it's like a very common thing with the Marine Corps is what's your favorite flavor of crayon? And they a color because they're crayon eaters.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So Hermanos de Armas, it's a fairly new brand, right? How long have you guys been out in the market?
Yeah, so we formed the company in 2022, officially launched in 2024. So we've been in the market now for right at about a year and a half.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Yep.
And the name. Go ahead.
How was it that y'all got in touch with? I guess it's James Brown and Angela from Oveja Negra.
Correct.
Like how did you get in touch with them to blend your cigars, or how did that work out with you guys?
It's going to be a very underwhelming story. We got everything set up for HDA, and then it was a matter of, okay, cool, everything legally set up, we were ready to roll, and we had to figure out what factory we were going to work with, and we basically said, well, if we could roll with any one factory, what would our number one factory be? And we said it would be Oveja Negra. And we reached out, we emailed Oveja Negra shortly before Thanksgiving 2022. And we received an email back. We kind of just told them our story and received an email back, and then began talking with them for back and forth for probably about 3 months of them asking us a lot of questions, asking us for business plans, asking for just basically vetting us to make sure that we were legit. We jumped on a couple calls with them, and then in April of 2023, they invited us down to Nicaragua, and so we went in May. And I think we kind of surprised them that we actually flew down to Nicaragua, stayed up in a hotel for a week, ready to roll, and spent a week at the factory, and we kind of left there, and they gave us the thumbs up to bring us on. And the rest is history, man. It was literally just us reaching out to them because we felt they would be the best fit for us.
So did you have a particular cigar from them that you really liked, or a line that made you want to go with them? Like
Yeah,
I know
that's a good
mine.
question.
Mine has always been the Salvation. That's my favorite black label trading company's cigar.
company.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
a great cigar.
I fell in love with. I think somebody asked me this the other day what the first cigar I smoked from them was, and I'm not 100% sure. I want to say it may have been the Killer Bee. I'm not 100% sure. I really dig the Last Rites, and Andre said that that's like his favorite cigar by them is like the Last Rites. But I'm going to say one that you probably. Well, you guys you're in Texas, so maybe you've had it, called the Benediction. Have you ever had that one?
No, I have not.
No.
Yeah. So it's an exclusive to Smokers Abbey. Smokers Abbey has a couple locations in Nashville, but where I had it was their location in Austin, Texas. I was down there, and that one I had, and I just loved it. And it was like really fresh in my mind when we were thinking about starting this whole thing. And so at that point, it was like I had my eyes set on them. Like I'd already smoked some Black Label up to that point, but that one kind of sealed the deal for me. That I was like, yeah, this would be our target if we could get there.
Nice. So you get hooked up with Oveja Negra, and you take a trip to Nicaragua to start already like blending the cigars.
So we went down there to meet them, and honestly, we didn't know really exactly what to expect. We weren't really sure. We just we said that we could carve out a week. They said great, and we went down and went on a tour of the factory and went and saw everything that they that they had to offer, and then immediately sat down and just started like, all right, cool. Here's some puritos. Here's some tobacco that we have access to at this factory. Tell us what your thoughts are. So we were learning, but at the same time, I think they were also kind of testing us to make sure that we weren't like complete imbeciles, which we are, but we were able to like completely slide through. So it was fine. No, but they were like making sure that I guess it was something that we were serious about. And then it was us smoking puritos and combining certain tobacco with one another, rolling up cigars, tasting it, kind of going back and forth. And we'd go home or we go back to the hotel at the end of the night, and then we'd ask them to make up some samples with, this particular blend, and then we'd smoke it the next day. And it was just like a crash course on cigars, and us trying to learn not only more about cigars, but in particular about what they have access to. What we wanted to include and what we wanted our original 3 cigars to be. So we ended up leaving Nicaragua and had a bunch of bundles mailed to us of cigars that we had rolled up. I think we had 10 blends at that point. We received a bundle of each. So we ended up having like 200 cigars sent our way. And then we just spent the next 6 months kind of rolling through all of those cigars, smoking them after dinner, smoking them with a drink, smoking them at different times of the day. I got sick one time, smoking it while I was sick. That was not a wise idea, but I learned that way. It made no difference. It was a waste of a cigar. And just kind of going through and trying the cigars, and we were able to whittle down those 10 to what we introduced as our core 3, Cataclysm, Veiled Mutiny, and Descending Shadows. We were happy with how they kind of complemented each other, and we felt like it built like a good initial full picture of what it was that we wanted HDA cigars to be. I will say that, some of the feedback that we'll get, for instance, is we don't have like a light cigar. All of our cigars are in that medium plus. I would say Veiled Mutiny is probably the closest that we have to a full body, but I would still say it's more medium plus. Cataclysm is probably the closest that we have to a medium, but I would still say it's medium plus. So all of ours are about that medium plus. And, some people, hey man, you should have brought out something a little bit more mild. Why don't you have a Connecticut? Things like that. And everything that we've done up to this point, man, we just, we wanted it to be a representation of what it is that Andre and I like, what it is that Andre and I appreciate in a cigar. And I feel like we've been able to capture that really well with not only our core 3, but then also, Fan and Fury, our first LE that we released about 6 months ago. About 5 months ago.
I feel like that would be. I feel like that would be really hard to blend something that you're not super interested in, especially in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're just trying to check a box, I feel like it would make it that much harder to blend a milder cigar.
For sure.
So kudos for that.
Yeah, man. I again, it's not one of those things that I don't think it was not a calculated move by any stretch, but you're naturally going to blend cigars that you like.
Yeah.
I think maybe sometimes people or companies will start trying to blend for something that they don't care for and try and blend for somebody else. And, sometimes it works, but sometimes it just, you kind of see right through it, and it doesn't necessarily always create a very good cigar, a very good outcome. So yeah, we just wanted everything that we've done, every cigar that we've released, and we've always said we want it to be a good representation of us, and it would always be something that we would smoke.
Right on.
Awesome.
So I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How did you guys come to the sizing? I see, at least in the core line, everything is 6x54 Toro. Was it a preference, or the blends work best that way?
Yep, it was so we blended for a 6x54. We were like, this is what we wanted, so we blended for a 6x54. Nice. Again, it's what we liked. That was the size that we liked. When it comes to the size, we knew that it was also a popular size, so it worked out well. Mm-hmm. But if we liked Lanceros, maybe we wouldn't have released 3 Lanceros. That probably would not have been a smart business.
Sure.
But we fortunately we all liked Toros, so we just wanted to keep it simple out the gate. So we came out with 3 blends, one size, 3 SKUs, nice and easy. That's all we got. And we're actually really, really stoked that we are probably within a couple of 3, 4, 5 weeks of mass releasing our first addition to the core line, which is going to be a Robusto in each one of our core line sizes. So we'll now have Cataclysm, Veiled Mutiny, and Descending Shadows in a 6x54 Toro, as well as a 5x48 Robusto.
Nice.
Nice.
We just got the first couple of boxes on Friday. And we have a couple retailers that we were able to get it out to. It was a split shipping type of situation, so we didn't get the full order, mostly because of if you talk to anybody in the cigar industry, boxes right now are a real pain in the ass. And so we were waiting on a lot of boxes, so we were able to get some in, and we wanted it to be in a few of our retailers' hands before Veterans Day. And so this is our 6x54, and then we have our 5x48. So
nice.
Everything on the cigar the band is the same, the box is the same, presentation is the same, it's just a little bit smaller. We did tweak the blends a little bit for the size change, so we did adjust them. And I will say that I think we are from a strength perspective, I think these and the Robusto are teetering on the edge. Really, I would say they're the Veiled Mutiny and Descending Shadows, I would say, are on the full side now.
Oh, nice.
I was going to ask you, was the goal of the Robustos to blend very similarly to the Toros, or were you trying to just blend for the betterment of the size?
Yeah, so I would say a little bit of both. We wanted you to smoke a Cataclysm and know that you were smoking a Cataclysm, but then also to know that it wasn't like there's a distinct difference between the Toro and the Robusto. Because I personally, again, this goes back to what Andre and I think. If I don't want every single one of our cigars. I don't want them all to be the exact same in terms of flavor, and I don't want them to all be the exact same in terms of flavor across every single size. I want there to be some distinct differences, right? And I think that's pretty much the case for a lot of brands. Is everybody will always have their favorite cigar, and oftentimes they'll have a favorite size with that cigar.
That's the fun of it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So real quick, we're gonna go ahead and promote the giveaway today. Zach was nice enough to give us a pack to give away, and it's going to be 3 of the Toros, which are the Veiled Mutiny, the
Cataclysm,
and then what was it? The throw in again?
Descending Shadows.
Descending Shadows. And then it's also going to give 3 of the Robusto, the brand new ones that are barely going to be mass released. So whoever wins this pack is going to get these cigars. So make sure you hit.
To be clear, it's one of each, right? So it's 6 cigars.
6 cigars in total.
So it's 1 cigar of each of our facings.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. So enter Hermanos de Armas. Don't worry about the caps. As long as you get the correct letters in the correct order, you'll be entered.
That's a nice giveaway.
Sidebar, I really love samplers like that because you get to try, like you were just talking about, slight different tweaks in the blend and everything. I really enjoy I'm a multi-cigar smoker a day, depending on the day, not every day of the week, but I'll enjoy trying one and then trying the same cigar again and seeing, like, is this a continuance or is this a little different, right? So I personally enjoy samplers like that. So it's a great prize, guys. Just make sure you hit the hashtag.
Oh yeah. We have a kind of like a production question here from Whittlebags. Do you have to warehouse inventory before it goes out to shops? How do you keep bulk product at the right RH and temperature range?
Yeah, it's a good question. That's probably one of the most difficult conversation, or one of the most difficult challenges for small businesses, man. So we have a 2-part solution, and we grew into the second part. So when we first picked up our very first order that we received in the States was 15,000 cigars. It was not a small order. So like a lot of brands, 500,000 cigars. We had 5,000 of each one of our blends. That was the first order that we brought in before that was our first order that we brought in before we ever even had a single retailer. And real quick, I saw what AJ wrote up there. AJ, don't worry, man. You've been, dude. So I appreciate you, AJ, because you've been like very supportive of us for many months now. And so, regardless of if you win or not, shoot me a DM and I'm going to send you out some of the Robustos. So don't worry about that, man. He's been like super supportive on numerous occasions. Which I really
bro, he's the biggest fan, bro. Every time he comes on here, we always ask what people are smoking, like when we're smoking like whatever's, and he always HDA, like 4 times out of 5, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I've never met AJ. I've only ever seen him on social media, and I don't believe I've ever met AJ. If I have, AJ, I apologize. I don't remember you, like, your face, but I know you've been a very big supporter of us, so I appreciate that. So I'll definitely hook you up with a couple. I'll give you some of that initial first taste.
That's awesome, AJ.
So yeah,
I love the cigar community, man.
Yeah, dude,
you gotta love it.
Yeah.
It's great, man. We've had just a heck of a time. So anyway, point is, huge order. We received it. And after we placed the order, while they were being filled, while the order was being fulfilled, Andre and I had this like, okay, what the hell are we going to do with these cigars? Like, are we going to do Tupperdoors? That seems like wildly inefficient. Like, we're looking for like, cigar lounges that maybe had spare space. That's not really much of a thing. Like a lot of cigar shops don't. And so we decided. So we built a walk-in humidor into. Shouldn't say we had a walk-in humidor built. Oh yeah, AJ, I do, dude. I didn't know that was you, man. Yeah, my man. Okay, yeah. RIP Historic Smoke, dude. Thank you, AJ. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you.
Dude, he's got his picture right there. That's exactly what he looks like. It's a body with the skull with the headlights on.
How did you not remember him?
It looks right? Front end of a Jeep, bro.
Dude, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, bro.
He didn't look down at the table at all, and that's why you didn't see the Jeep on there.
Yeah. Exactly. So we built a walk-in humidor, man. We had a company come out, and we professionally had a walk-in humidor built with a reverse osmosis system, like with a full, like, we monitor we have Bluetooth devices, Govey systems that are like sit in the actual humidor, but we're able to store about 20 to 25,000 cigars in that humidor. So we use that. We also have a shipping company that we work with that assists us with shipping and fulfilling our orders. It is humidified warehouse space. They only do tobacco shipping. So they have an entire warehouse that's humidified that we keep some inventory in as well. So we keep 80% of our inventory in our walk-in humidor, and then we fill the shelves because we rent shelf space in their walk-in humidor. And then we, once an order is placed, they ship it out for us. We coordinate all the shipping, but they actually box everything up. So yeah, it's we're as we grow, it becomes like more and more shelf space gets rented. That humidor is not very empty; it's very full at all times. So it's but we wanted to make sure that we did it right. We wanted to make sure that we didn't. We wanted to make sure that we weren't, but we were taking care of the cigars once they got here to the States.
For sure.
Nice. And then you got to go through the whole process, right? Coming from a different country of freezing and then bringing back and then stuff like that, right?
Like us personally, or it's done there, you're saying?
Well, yeah, like the whole logistics of it.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's all done before. Like you're saying, we don't freeze them once they get into the States here. That's all done. I'm sorry.
Prior to, before,
yeah,
you got
that's done at the factory. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they take the tobacco, and I mean, every single cigar that leaves that factory sits in their aging drying room for a minimum of 90 days post roll. So post roll, pre-cello, everything sits there for a minimum of 90 days, and that's also post freezing as well. So there's many like lengthy steps that it kind of goes through before it ever comes to us. Once we get a finished product, so we play with the cigars on the front end, we figure out what it is that we want, and then we rely on the people there in Nicaragua to actually roll the cigars and box the cigars and sell the cigars and send them on and ship the cigars and get them over to us here in the States.
Oh yeah, for sure. You got a whole team going on then.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Oveja, part of the reason that we wanted to be with the Oveja Negra factory, man, is they are that attention to detail, that the construction on their cigars is something that we absolutely love, and they kill it.
Quick question, side question here: is James and Angela, right? Are they as badass as they seem on their Instagram posts and all that stuff? They seem like badass people.
Dude, they're absolute. When you say badass people, I mean, they're pretty. Like, what do you mean by badass? Like are they good people? Because they're great people.
Good people. Good people. And I see all of James' posts, and he seems like he's just one of those fucking cool guys that you're like, man, this dude's badass. Like a cool guy. Like oh, this guy like knows his style, his brand and all that stuff. Like he has a cool style to him.
He does have a style. He's really into. He loves shoes. He loves all the Nike fashion and stuff like that, man. That's super. That's him. By the way, that's him every day in the factory too. That's not like something he does just for social media. That's him. Really good people, man. Just Angela's a sweetheart. And James he's very quiet, very reserved, but he's been a wealth of knowledge for us, and they're both very good people. Yeah, I have a great relationship with them.
Those are good people to have on your side, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now the name, bro, Hermanos de Armas. I mean, I know it's you guys are veterans. Is it because armas, like weapons, and it's related to military? Or how did the name come about?
Yeah, Brothers in Arms. That's kind of like the idea of what we were going for, because we are both veterans. We it was something that we wanted to pay homage to, and so we went with. We also wanted something that would just be an acronym, like HDA, right? So most people just refer to us as HDA Cigars, but it does stand for Hermanos de Armas. But we also wanted to, I think a lot of people, especially here in the U.S., lose cited the fact that this is a Latin America product. This does come from Latin America. This is made by almost exclusively Latin American hands. It's tobacco that's grown in Latin America. It is a Latin American product through and through. My wife is actually Nicaraguan. Zero association with the tobacco industry. I've known my wife and we've been married now for coming up on 17 years. Congrats, so we've like my daughter's obviously Nicaraguan. So like the paying homage to the fact that this is like truly a Latin American product, even though the company is, one gringo and a black dude, we're not Latin, but we we wanted to pay homage to the fact that, it is a Latin American product. So we wanted to have that, that Hermanos de Armas. We wanted to have that Spanish in there. And that was something else that was also really, really, important to us too, was we wanted to make sure that the factory that we work with was taking care of their people. And we wanted to make sure that they were like treating their people really well. And, there's some factories out there that, have a reputation for not being as great to the locals. So that was something that was really important to us. And we saw how James and Angela are with the people at their factory. Like it's truly like a family, a community. It's incredible the way that they are with one another, and the way that they treat those. So that was something that also really drew us to wanting to work with them.
I have two things. For one,
I have two things also, bro.
For one, as another person that has a wife from South America, my wife's Ecuadorian. How integrated into Spanish are you? Like, I want to know, since you've been married 17 years, I've been married 6. Am I going to learn Spanish? I mean, it's a part of my life. It's a part of my life, but am I going to learn Spanish?
So fucking worried about how long it's going to take them to learn proper Spanish, bro.
Dude, I just hit 1,000 days on Duolingo. That's still teaching me how to tell the waiter I want water. And number two, and this is probably the real question. Were there other names before HDA? Were there other names you considered? I like that you went with Hermanos de Armas.
Brothers at Arms.
Yeah. I
HDA,
like that.
bro. It's all good.
Yeah, because like you said, it's a Spanish product. It's a were there other names you considered? Just curious.
Yeah. So part one, are you going to learn Spanish? I'll say this.
I'm learning daily.
I'll say this. You are going to learn all of the curse words that your wife says to you.
And the put downs and everything else.
Yeah. I hear coño, idiota. I hear them all the time. I hear like ño is like the most commonly said phrase at my house. I hear it constantly. So no, like I took 4 years of Spanish in high school. So I had like a working man's knowledge of Spanish at that point. I grew up in Iowa. So, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't like truly immersed in Spanish by any stretch, but so I've been able to grow my Spanish a little bit. My wife insists that my Spanish is better than I think it is, but I think she's just being nice. And I'll tell you, man, so her parents came to the U.S. from Nicaragua in the 80s. So they actually came to the U.S. about 3 years before she was born. And so she grew up in Miami, South Florida, and in Hialeah, Florida. And so she she was English second language. So it's like a big part of her life. And so it's something that I try to speak as good as Spanish as possible. I would just say, man, just keep working on it. Just talk to her in Spanish. That'll also be probably the best way. But if you're anything like me, I feel like I've hit my max. I don't know if I can get much better. Like I think I'm there. I'm not saying I can't get much better because I speak perfect Spanish. I'm saying I can't get much better because I'm too stupid to get any better. That's all.
Yeah, when I'm speaking to her parents sometimes, dude. When I'm speaking to her parents sometimes, I surprise myself because all of a sudden that stress, I'm like, I got to do it right. I'm talking to her dad, and then I surprise her, and I'm like, oof. As long as she,
yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're about to switch the podcast to Spanish. So are y'all ready? I'll play. I'll play.
Yeah.
No,
Listo. Vamos.
Listo, pisto.
Tengo problema, señor. Yeah. And then your second part, do we consider any other names? That's a great question, man. We threw around a lot of names. Man, I don't remember. I haven't been asked that question before. I don't remember if we had like a name that we were like really leaning towards before we ended up settling on HDA. Like I said, we wanted our name to be an acronym. So we wanted like an HDA. And then I thought like if we had like a 2 or 3 letter like name, that it would be perfect for it to have Spanish roots. And so that's kind of like the genesis of it. And Andre and I were fully on board with that. So
that's
awesome.
Nice. Let's take a few questions from the chat here. Joe Ross is up, and this is a hot topic with the tariffs. What the threatening of tariffs on Nicaragua, right, from the U.S. Any plans on working with factories outside of Nicaragua?
It's a good question, man. I mean, look, I think unless you own a factory, I think most everybody has thought about it. So it's definitely a consideration. I'll say that I wouldn't see it as a replacement to our core line, right? Like I wouldn't see if we were to, let's just say theoretically, we were to end up working with a factory in the Dominican, the idea wouldn't be that we want to recreate Veiled Mutiny, Cataclysm, and Descending Shadows in the Dominican Republic with Dominican tobacco, because it's not going to work. Right. So the idea would be maybe we would have like a Dominican line of cigars that we would establish in addition to our Nicaraguan line of cigars until tariffs kind of come back down. I'll say this, as of right now, there's definitely not going to be like, everybody's kind of on a wait and see. The reality is we're already paying an 18% tariff. That is, HDA has already taken that on the chin. We have not raised our prices. We are just, it sucks, but we're getting hit with an 18% tariff on the cigars that we're bringing in for all of our Robustos. And it's something that Andre and I are eating. I think a perfect way of describing this is the old adage is nobody gets into the cigar industry to make $1 million. And if you do, you're going to go broke. Like if you want to make $1 million in the cigar industry, you better start with 2 million. We're not doing this to get rich. We're doing this because we really, really love what it is that we're doing. So yeah, I mean, it just, at least from now until the end of the year, we are not going to be raising our prices. So, unless they start talking about 100% tariffs, and we physically have to. But the idea is that we want to keep it as low as possible. So are we looking outside of the U.S. outside of Nicaragua? Potentially. Like it's a consideration. We haven't had we don't have agreements or anything, but we have relationships with people that have factories in the Dominican and a few other places that it would be potential, but it wouldn't be a replacement of our core line.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, it's a subject where like you have to be prepared, right? You have to think ahead because you don't know what's going to happen. And obviously it's a, as much as I would hate to admit it, it's a political move, between the two countries. So hopefully it works out for the best, man. And, and it doesn't affect a lot of the cigar brands that, we all smoke, right? Like the major cigar brands are made there in Nicaragua. So
yeah,
biggest producer of tobacco there, or one of the.
No doubt. Yeah, I got my fingers crossed that everything's going to turn out all right. So planning for contingencies, such is the case.
Yeah. Somebody was asking about the Phantom Fury, which is your LE. I think it was Hobby. So I guess is asking if it's gonna be re-released again, or I don't know if was it like a short run, or what's the deal with that?
Yeah, so it was a short run.
Okay.
So we made 6,000 of those cigars. And we had every single one of them sold to our retailers before they even landed in the US. They were sold. All of our retailers had bought them all up about by like 3 weeks before they landed in the States. So once we got them in the States, so each one of the boxes Andre and I signed and numbered. So we went through and we actually numbered and signed every single one of these boxes. Wow. And then we instantly just mailed them out and they've been gone. So originally we were planning on keeping like 5 boxes each. That was the plan. We wanted to keep some for ourselves. And then we were like trying to make sure that as many of our retailers could have it as possible. So we ended up with only like 2 boxes each. So that way we could get some out in the wild. So yeah, 6,000 cigars is all we made. And it was one of those that it was wildly successful. It was a very good cigar. I am so humbled, and I just am like, everything about HDA, the reception that we've received up to this point is wildly humbling. It's, you know, I couldn't have imagined that we would be where we are now. People have been very receptive of us and have really enjoyed our cigars, and it's been absolutely amazing. And Fan of Fury was one of those that, you know, anytime you release something new, you're kind of worried about it. Like, you know, when you start a company, when you release your very first 30 cigars, you're worried about it. I imagine every single LE is going to be the exact same. You're going to be worried about it. So we were really worried about it, but we smoked that cigar after we worked on that blend for a little bit, and we smoked those first samples. And I was like, dude, this is it. Like it was that blend, and we had a couple others, and I was like, yeah, this is the one. And so it was pretty easy because it smacked us right in the face that it was the cigar that we wanted to go with. Right. I would say that we're considering potentially, like, it's not off the table. I would say that don't expect it within the next year. So that's all I would say.
Okay.
Maybe. So, yeah. I'll put it this way. We're eyeing another release or another LE that we're hoping to release right around the time of PCA in April, May, June. We want to kind of time it up with 4th of July, but we also want to announce it during PCA. So we're kind of working through that semantics, and we already know what that blend is going to be. And it is not Phantom Fury. It's going to be something completely new. Doesn't mean that Phantom Fury couldn't make a return at some point in the future, but as it stands right now, it's not going to be Phantom Fury.
Right on. So you're saying that maybe not. Does that mean that you still have some of the tobaccos available? Or you would
we still have access to the tobacco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right.
So what was cool about that cigar was we didn't want to release it into our core line because the wrapper that we use on that cigar is a true Sumatra wrapper from Indonesia. So it's not an Ecuadorian Sumatra, right? It's an Indonesian Sumatra wrapper. Right. Sourcing of that is not like super consistent. So what we didn't want was to release it into our core line and then have to worry about, oh shit, we can't keep up with like, you know, having it consistently stocked. We haven't ever had inventory issues. Andre and I are, if you talk to Andre, he'll tell you that I'm up his ass constantly about inventory. Because he lives with the humidor. It's in his basement. So I'm always like, hey, dude, I need you to do an inventory check. I want to make sure my numbers are on. So we're always projecting out because my biggest fear is that we're going to have a lapse in inventory. We've had to say no to some orders. We've had to say no to some like gigantic orders just because I was like, look, we could fulfill it, but it's one of those that I don't want to sacrifice the retailers that we have. And I want to make sure that they're able to have access to cigars. And if we fill this, a couple $100 order, it's going to kill access for my retailers. So it'd be one of those things that we would hopefully do in the future. But inventory is like a huge deal for us. And so bringing Phantom Fury into our core line as things stand today, it would be an inventory nightmare.
Right on. And speaking of consistency, I'm going to kill two birds with one stone here. There's two questions from Whittlebacks. One is, what was the lead time on your first batch? And then if you can combine it with this one, about consistency. Does the factory guarantee leaf availability for future years so the blends stay the same, which consistent?
Yeah, man, he's got. I don't know who Whittlebacks is, but some
He's got
solid
good questions.
He's a nerd.
Do you know this person? Is this
Yeah,
like
we know.
regular for you?
Yeah, we know him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, he's coming out with
Solid,
some
dude.
solid questions. Dude.
Solid,
I like
dude.
it.
Yeah.
I like it, dude. So sorry, first part of the question was lead time.
What was it? The lead
Yeah,
time,
lead
yeah,
time.
on your first batch.
Yes. So we placed the order just after Thanksgiving of 2023, and we received it April 2nd. I picked it up at the port in a U-Haul trailer on April 2nd, 2024. So that was about a 5.5 month, about a five month lead time.
Wow.
That was for the cigars to be rolled, for the cigars to be aged, dried,
Yeah,
boxed, celloed, and shipped and landed.
it's not bad, man.
That's yeah. I mean, that's a pretty standard lead time for us right now.
Yeah.
If I place a new order, we're looking at about 4 months, 3 to 4 months. Never 3. Sorry, 4 months. It's never been under 4. So yeah, that's been pretty standard so far. That one was about 5. Leaf availability. So I'll say this: the factory that we work with is owned by the same people that own 2 very big brands of cigars, right? Black Label and Black Works.
Mm-hmm.
Every tobacco that we use in our cigars are available in some form or fashion are available in their own cigars, right? So we're not using a special tobacco that they only source just for us. We have our own blends. We have our own combinations of this,
Right on.
but it's all the same type of tobacco that they use in there. So the Ecuadorian Habano wrapper is the same Ecuadorian Habano wrapper that they include on some of their cigars. The Ometempe, the Ligero Ometempe is the same Ligero Ometempe that they use in some of their cigars. It's all the same. So I don't think like if they're not providing us an exclusive guarantee with those words, but we're using tobacco that they use. You see what I'm saying? So like if they end up running out of that tobacco, they're going to be in a bigger bind than we are because it's part of their core line and their 10x, 20x the size that we are. So
yeah, for sure, dude.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Right on. So, to answer his question, there's consistency. So go ahead and, if you're thinking about buying them and if you like them, they're going to be the same, right?
He doesn't want to get emotionally invested if he's not sure.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Right,
you always want consistency from cigars that you like, right? So,
right. Exactly.
Zach, I have a question for you. So we've interviewed a lot of cigar brand owners that so we know you guys, you test a lot of your blends and everything. Was there a standout pairing with any of your cigars? Was there like a moment? It doesn't matter if you picked it or not. Was there a moment when you were testing a pairing, you were like, oh, this is really good?
Oh, you're talking like a tobacco pairing.
Yeah. Was there like a time where you, even if it was a fumas, even if it was like a pure Opetepe, whatever, was there something that stood out in your head? Because I'm just curious as someone who smokes a lot of cigars, right? I just want to know.
No, I thought you were going to go with like an alcohol pairing. I was going to be a super
no. It doesn't have to be.
I don't have
get it twisted. Frank twisted my arm. He was like, "You have to drink alcohol tonight." I'm a sparkling.
Oh,
water
sure,
guy.
yeah.
He was like, finish this bottle, or you're off the podcast. I was like, oh, okay. No, but anything. It could be chocolate milk. I don't care. I was just curious if there's ever a point when you're testing your tobaccos, we were like, okay, this definitely works. If not, it's whatever. But just curious.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question. And again, just to clarify, what you're asking is, does this type of tobacco definitely work with this type of tobacco, right?
Yeah. Anytime you had like that, like, oh, this works, and then you wrote it down, that kind of thing.
I really dig utilizing jalapa tobacco to pair it with and almost like add a little bit of sweetness to like a tobacco like an Ometempe. So like in our Veiled Mutiny, we have some jalapa that we pair with the Ometempe. We want to play a little bit more with jalapa and, I guess a little bit of foreshadowing. We're planning to do that here soon. So I really dig utilizing jalapa to not necessarily tame the strength, but instead to like kind of tame like a flavor. I get a lot of like deep chocolate notes out of like a jalapa tobacco. And so that's something that we kind of want to play with a little bit more. So I would say like a smoking gun, but I really like those two together in particular.
Awesome.
And also chocolate milk. That would be very interesting with a cigar. I don't know if I've ever paired milk with a cigar before.
There's been a couple guys that
I'm from the Midwest too, so like
there's a couple guys that I follow that pair it with the protein shake.
Oh yeah, for sure. I guess I guess that's the point. There are some people that do that. I don't, but there are some people that do that.
For sure, dude.
Yeah. I saw somebody ask earlier, what part of Iowa am I from? I'm from Des Moines, born and raised in Des Moines, Iowa. Spent almost all of my childhood in Des Moines, and the rest of it I spent in Georgia.
Nice.
Awesome.
By the way, chat, get your hashtag in. We're gonna do the drawing in a few minutes. So, last call for or get into the last call for the hashtag.
And you have to be present.
You have to be present.
You want to win it. I mean, these are like non-released yet Robustos mixed with the core line, which is, I'm enjoying mine. You guys enjoying your Toros?
I am. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, fantastic.
Yeah, for me, I know Zach mentioned that. I guess he has like a more like a strong palate, or he prefers like the fuller stuff. But to me, it's like medium, dude. Medium, even like medium minus on my palate. And I don't really gravitate towards like full strength, full body cigars. I could rip the whole retro, and it's like very, very mild for me, but I like it. And
the Veiled Mutiny is at about a medium plus, but it's still not close to that full, but it's good. Yeah, it's a very good cigar too.
Yeah, Cataclysm is the one that I would say teeters on the edge of just, I see it as like more of a medium than I do a medium plus. I would say they're all very close to one another, but Veiled Mutiny is more of a true medium plus than what Cataclysm would be. Now, you mentioned the retro. I love the Cataclysm on the retro. I love that cigar on the retro. And I had said to a lot of people, like, man, this cigar is so great on the retro. I could smoke this entire cigar on the retro. So just for shits and giggles, I sat down to see if I could smoke literally every single puff of that cigar on a retro. And I did. And I didn't. I wasn't crying. I wasn't like all torched or anything. It was very, very solid on the retro. I love that cigar on the retro. Yeah. I think that's when that is my favorite cigar on the retro for that reason.
Yeah.
I'm a retro smoker. Like how some people are like, oh yeah, 4 times a cigar. I'm one of those. It's just such habitual. It's so habitual for me. But I've definitely enjoyed the retro hail to get the full nuances of everything in the cigar.
Yeah. You said some people will only retro like 4 times a cigar.
Yeah, some people. So like everything in the cigar community, there's schools of thought. I don't disprove that. It's just I personally, the way I smoke cigars, I'm retro in every puff because that's habitual for me. Once I learned to retro, I couldn't stop. I just really enjoy that. Call it a nicotine thing. I don't know, or call it just me being me. But some people are more purist about that.
No, I've never heard that before. That's interesting. No, I retro the shit out of these cigars. So I'm it's like a lot. So good. Me too. Yeah. So we're friends then. Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
We're friends then.
Oh, Keith too. Keith said every puff, bro.
Cigar Head Fred's asking where you can get the HDAs in Dallas. Any local B&Ms?
Ooh, brick and mortars in Dallas. No. So the closest that we have is in San Angelo, Texas.
Okay.
Shout out Colonel's Pipe Shop in San Angelo.
Right.
So I don't know if you guys are very familiar with San Angelo, but there's a little Air Force base there called Goodfellow Air Force Base. that was my once I left basic training, that was my very first assignment. I went through tech school there, and that's where I met and married my wife. So San Angelo holds like a special place in my heart. So fast forward to last year, or no, I'm sorry, it was in January of this year. My brother joins the Air Force late last year, and he gets stationed at San Angelo Air Force Base, Goodfellow Air Force Base in San Angelo. So I was like, dude, I gotta go out there. So I went back for the first time in I left there in 2008 and I went back in 2024. So I went back for like the first time in like 16 years. I go back and it's like memory lane. But I swing into that cigar shop to smoke. It was playoff football, and I'm smoking, end up buying some cigars, smoke some cigars with my brother. And started talking to the guy, and I was like, "Hey, man, look, dude, here's the deal. I own a cigar brand. Gave him some samples, and he ended up calling me up. He's like, dude, I love them. Let's bring you in. So now our cigars are sold there at the Colonel's Pipe Shop, which is pretty cool. It's a really small joint. Dude's like super old school. He like does like all of his receipts, like printed like receipts.
Oh,
like,
nice.
Like dude's like old school, bro. And I
like
love
that.
this guy. Yeah, man. It's but he's been really cool for us. But yeah, that's the closest one to Dallas. We do have some online retailers. So we have if you go to our website, hdacigars.com, all of our retailers are there on the website. But we do have some online retailers like Toro Cigar Company. Some of our retailers like Creekside Cigar Company sell online. We have a few. Mardo Cigars, actually, between now and the end of the month, Mardo Cigars, we're doing a special with them.
4 or 5. So buy 4 for the price, or 5 for the price 4, or something like that, or 5 or 6 for the price.
You buy 5, you get 1 free.
There you go.
Yeah, so buy 5 cigars, you get 1 free, and then we're giving there for every order you get a raffle ticket
for the skull ashtray.
And
that was
2 days.
ashtray.
We got a bunch
2 days.
of huge.
You have 2 days left.
2 days, yeah. So between the drawing, it ends on October 31st, but we're giving away this huge prize pack of HDA merch. So it's like a hoodie, an ashtray, a cigar case, a bunch of stuff, and that would be a good place if you haven't tried it. Now's a good time to swing on over to Mardo because we have that promo going on.
Definitely,
Were you ever stationed in North Carolina?
I was.
You
not,
would ask
no.
me. Oh, you weren't. You would ask me when I first came on. Like what part? And I used to live in Jacksonville, which has a base.
Oh, Jacksonville, Florida?
No, Jacksonville, North Carolina has a base.
Oh,
they have. And I wasn't sure if maybe you were stationed there at one point. So,
no, I wasn't. I know Fort Bragg's there. Fort Bragg's huge.
Fort Bragg is there.
But no, I was never stationed in North Carolina. I just kind of go into North Carolina. I traveled to North Carolina at least once a year for vacation to the Outer Banks. Which part?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you see the whole state and you go, I'm going to go over to this little island.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you don't really go to North Carolina. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, but we have a really solid retailer, one of our really good champion and friend of the brand, Oak Glen Tobacconist. He just relocated to North Carolina from California, and I think he lives somewhere in that Charlotte area as well.
Oh, Charlotte. Okay, yeah. Queen City.
Is that where he's at? Queen City?
Charlotte's the Queen City. So
the Queen City.
Weird. Raleigh is the capital. That's where I live. It's central. Charlotte has a bigger population, so we call it the Queen City because a lot of people are like, Charlotte should be the capital. It has a lot bigger population, but it's like, if you come to North Carolina, there's only a few places you should actually travel to. If that makes sense. It's a big state, but there's only a few metropolitan areas. So it's a whole different podcast thing. But that's why I was curious. You were interested when I said North Carolina. You were like, oh, what part are you in? That's why I was interested.
Yeah. Just because I've spent a little bit of time there, but not live or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Is everybody else located in Texas?
No, it's just me. So the two people on either side, they're from Cali. They got North Carolina. We have our other guy. We have actually another guy from Cali who couldn't make it because of work, and another person from Minnesota who had daddy duties, so he couldn't jump on. So, but yeah, he got to smoke the cigars and he really liked them.
Our other Cali guy didn't show up, but he entered the hashtag. What a clown!
Dude, I swear,
That's
if he
it right
wins,
there.
If he wins, can we not vote him off? Like,
I wish there was a way. I wish there was a way I can just like remove him from the poll, but it's like everybody in the chat.
But I feel like that means we should ask the
Todd,
California questions.
Todd, the cigar idiot, said Asheville represent. Yeah, shout out Asheville. I was there for a conference last year, actually, in April, way after the disaster that happened over there. But yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Steven. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, so do you have retailers in California currently?
We have one retailer in California, but we are unfortunately California does not like cigars very much.
Right.
And
so are you opting out of the UTL then?
Yeah, I mean we can't close the business case. We can't afford it. It's too expensive.
Makes sense.
Man. It's tough,
Makes
dude.
Sense.
Like it's a lot of stress on a small brand like HDA.
I hate that so
much. It benefits the big brands, but when I say it benefits the big brands, what I mean by that is obviously they still have to pay, but it gives them a huge leg up over some of the small brands like HDA. And unfortunately, California they don't like us very much, and so frankly, I don't really like them. Like I don't like the fact that they're so like, in my opinion, they're not very well thought out on how they're trying to attack the tobacco market. And I don't like the fact that it feels like cigars are getting lumped in with vape and things that are targeting children. And it's just not fair. It's not comprehensive. It doesn't really make sense to me. And yeah, it just sucks, dude. It sucks, man, because there's so many people in California that enjoyed our cigars when Oakland Tobacconist was there. And it's tough, man. We still partner with a lot of retailers that ship into the state. So there's that. But in terms of local B&Ms, it's just, man, I feel for the local B&M,
big time.
The local B&M locations, dude. Oh my gosh. It's just gotta be a nightmare for these people. I feel so bad for them, dude. It's awful.
Yeah. And it's the way that the legislation's written. It's so punitive that, like no grandfather clause. Like if you've already purchased items that are not included in the UTL, they're legal to sell after the 31st. And if it's a 3 strikes system, they could lose their retail licenses over it. Like it's messy.
Yeah, it's very messy. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. So the short answer is that we do have one retailer that we can't work with them right now, unfortunately. So and I'm not trying to get him in trouble, and I'm certainly not trying to get myself in trouble either.
Oh yeah.
What would happen if like California were to like hit me up with some sort of like violation for like, how does that work? Because from what I understand, and you guys are in California, so you might know better. One of the things is like, you have to have your cigars displayed in a certain way as well. Did you know about this?
So the way that the AB 3218 is written, you have to submit your display packaging for review. That's been sort of modified because originally it was supposed to be every SKU submitted full packaging. Like if you package in a box, you have to ship the box. But if you also package in smaller packaging, you have to ship that to the AG's office. They simplified that a little bit. But we're not talking about like Canada display where you have to like cover bands or anything like that.
Right. Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's it's silly to say that's not that restrictive. But it's very, very frustrating. Imagine, like a big retailer like JC Newman posted that they'd gone through it for 109 SKUs. So having to submit that many samples to the AG's office plus their $44,000 of fees just to register for year one. It's insanity. But like to your question, what could they do to me? Well, nothing to you. If you're not selling to retailer in California, it's not about, there's nothing that's going to happen to you.
Well, one of the things that when you end up submitting, so when cigars are displayed in California, what I understood was there had to be the general, hey, cigars cause cancer warning displayed on the boxes. Were you tracking that?
I'm not sure about that, and I'm like trying to think if I've ever seen that specifically. I'm not sure.
I don't
think
think
I'm
so.
going to keep my mouth shut. I don't. Maybe that's not.
Don't give them ideas.
I know.
Yeah,
on
seriously.
cigarettes.
Pause.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Because I know, like for example, I go a lot to Mexico, and they have display warning signs.
Yeah.
Over, but here I'm pretty sure not even cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes.
Man, you should see the warning signs that they have in Europe, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
the Brits with their cigarettes are wild, dude. Wild. They're
They
out here.
show the cancer in the
Yeah,
body.
dude. They're like people
weird.
like all nasty ass shit in their mouth and like I my very first deployment to Afghanistan, I was attached to the Marines, and I also worked with the Brits quite a bit. And I spent like 12 months on a British base in Afghanistan. And so I went through like all the British like PX and chow halls and everything like that. And their PX were what they called the NAFI. They had all British cigarettes. It was wild, man. I was like, do they put this on the packaging? They're like, yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to encourage people or discourage people from smoking. I was like, does it work? They're like, nah.
No,
it doesn't do anything.
And it's so frustrating.
annoying.
Like I nerd out about this stuff, and like I've got a pretty robust like collection of Habanos, and it's like I get a beautiful box that is just like just fucking 50% covered in some bullshit label with the worst adhesive you have ever seen, and you're like trying to see if the edge might lift, trying to see if you could get a little bit of like, am I gonna steam this thing off? Like, and it just ruins the whole thing. And I have some boxes where I've actually gone through the effort of like trying to get that stupid label off, and now you just got this blob of glue. It fucking frustrates the hell out of me. Oh man. But
for the amount of money that those boxes cost, that's a shame.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But kind of you talked a little bit about your history there in Europe. I'm curious about your first cigar. Is that
my first cigar
something that
ever?
Something that you remember?
I do. I don't remember the exact cigar that was my first. My dad got it for me. I was like 18. We smoked it together. I will tell you the very first cigar that I bought, and I will admit I've said it on other like podcasts and stuff. It's not something I'm proud of, but it is part of my history. Was CAO flavor bombs, dude.
Okay.
That's how I broke in, right? Like was this cherry flavored cigars, that's how I started smoking.
CAO
like
flavor.
18-year-old Zach started smoking like flavor cigars. That lasted maybe 4 months. And then I was like, nah, man, I remember something like one day, I just remember like it was like a cherry bomb and just being like, I'm over this, dude. Like it was just like, it clicked. And so then I started actually smoking, at the time I was smoking like, just because it was a CAO flavor bomb, I started smoking just like regular CAOs. I ended up trying like Gurkhas, and I remember one of the very first really good cigars that I had was a Padron Family Reserve 1964. This would have been like 2009 maybe at this point. And I remember that was like Cigar Aficionado's #1 cigar of the year. So I was like, I gotta try it. And I remember smoking it and being like, man, it's a damn good cigar. It was very good. But so I would say I don't remember the exact first cigar. I would like to know. I could ask my dad. He wouldn't even know. He probably just went into a humidor to grab something. Who knows? My first cigar that I purchased was a flavor bomb.
Nice,
dude. I personally, I'm not about shaming anybody for their first cigar. All of us start something different, right?
Sure.
And the first one does not mean that's what you smoke now, kind of thing. But yeah, the good thing about these days is you could probably go through your phone roll, right? Like, I mean, maybe not 2008, but maybe not. But like people these days that start, people that start in the last 10 years could go through their camera roll and be like, oh, look at this. I
That's a good point.
Whatever. Right?
Just take a picture of every band that you smoke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Having an Instagram channel, like that's how I gauge, like, hey, have I sold the cigar before? Let me go through my Instagram.
There you go.
Yeah.
Digital
It's
journal,
nice.
bro.
Yeah, dude, it's what it
It's
is.
nice. Put a QR code on my headstone. What'd you say, Steven? Oh, no.
So if you haven't entered Hermanos de Armas and you want to participate in tonight's giveaway, go ahead. So your last chance to enter is right now. Hashtag. If you already did, don't worry about it. You know, it just takes one time. You don't have to do it multiple times. It already captured your entry. So give you a few minutes.
I want to comment back on Javier's comment about the Gugon. I'm just so weird about, like, if I put chemicals on a box, I'm so worried about putting that back in the humidor.
Oh yeah, dude, that thing smells like
I don't want to introduce that. And like many of the Habanos boxes are either cardboard or they're the cedar boxes, and it's gonna seep into the wood. As much as they piss me off, I'd rather not introduce anything additional into my humidors, so I don't do that.
Yeah.
Who
it's a
said
thought,
that?
but Javier.
What comment? Oh, Javier.
Yeah, Javier. Yeah. I wouldn't do that either, man. It's just even because even when you get like boxes that still have like whatever paint fumes or lacquer, you know, you don't want to put those in there either. So
yeah, if I talked to a tobacconist about the Plasencia boxes, because they come well painted, and they don't, in that particular shop close to me, they don't put any Plasencia boxes in their humidor.
That makes sense.
Oh shoot!
But I don't know about it, right? Because Plasencia is boxing them and shipping them that way, so they must be fine. But I think
what was it that Plasencia does to their boxes?
They paint them. They're all different colors. You have, know, for each of their lines, and so that particular shop is maybe paranoid about it, but they're concerned about storing in those boxes. Like, yeah, well, they're pretty for sales and for shipping, but we don't store them long term in our humidor in those. Oh,
I will say that is true, because I recently picked up a box of the street tacos, and it's a beautiful box, painted and all that stuff, and I put it in my Tupperware, and then like 2 days later I opened up for whatever reason, and I was like, holy cow, like you can smell it. Like immediately I took out all the cigars and I put them in like their own little cedar tray, because it was just like pungent. Like I was like, holy cow, yeah, it's definitely I see that.
Crazy. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this giveaway done. So let's go ahead and take the first spin. If DC's in there, we're gonna draw again. All right, so here we go.
Yeah.
If you are in the draw, you got to stay the last 30 minutes, or you can't just pop off.
Oh,
hey, Javi. All right,
Javi.
From my lips to your mailbox. There you go, Javier.
There you go. So, Javi, reach out to one of us. Send us your info. I think some of us might even have it, but just send us an info so we can pass it on to Zach, and he'll send you out the pack.
Yes, sir.
Congrats.
Awesome. Congrats, Javi.
It's a Texas boy. Here we go.
Hell yeah.
Dude, nice. I love when people win that are supportive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of the brand that's on, and also us. So that's nice.
Yeah, man.
Javi's definitely one of those guys
too. Good stuff, dude. Glad to congratulations, Javi. AJ, I'll be getting you some too, brother. So thank you.
It's amazing.
You guys. That's awesome.
Lucky guys.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, nice, dude. That's the first time Javi wins on our show, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
It's
usually for a little while.
Yeah, because it was like
Nick.
The guest was like, what, 3 times in a row or something like that.
Dude, he was a threefer. We were like, "Yo, right, bro, is this Nick?
You're hacking, bro. Yeah, you're hacking, bro.
Yeah, you're hacking.
All right. So since we're kind of like getting to the end, some quick fire questions that I saw in the chat. What is your top 3 cigars other than HDA that you go to?
Brands or actual individual cigars?
Whatever you want. Brands for cigars. If you have,
way.
I'll go with brands.
Okay.
I love Stolen Thrones a lot.
Okay.
I really like Black Works. I like Black Label as well, but I would say Black Works I like a little bit more than Black Label. I like some of the stuff that James does with that line. And then I really love Foundation. I think what Nick does over at Foundation is just killer, man. Foundation's very good. And then yeah, Roma Craft kills it too. Yeah, there's some really good ones, man. By the way, if you guys haven't smoked Lure cigars, Lure is absolutely killing the game, dude. My man Lou's such a good dude, man. I talk to Lou all the time, and Lure is just awesome.
We're gonna have him on the show probably at the beginning of the next year. So he's already scheduled to come on. So yeah, we're excited to have him on. We've heard so many good things about Lure.
Lou's such a genuine good dude, and he's the kind of guy that I'll call him. Yeah, man, I'll call him. I'll be like, "Yo, Lou," and he's like, "What's up, Zach?" And so we have some good conversations. Lou's. I really enjoy surrounding myself with like good people that like I feel like are really good and positive for the industry, and Lou's one of those people.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, nice.
And hell, I'm talking about Lou, but I mean Lee over at Stolen Thrones too is very much the same. Lee's, I really enjoyed Lee as well. So I don't know if you guys have smoked Stolen Thrones, but
yeah, I have. Yeah, they're good.
As a person who, for my work, I go to conferences. You've been to PCA a few times, right?
Once, yep.
Once. Was there any standout brands that you like really like made friends with? You know what I mean? Like, because I mean, you guys
like since PCA, you're saying?
Yeah. Just like you guys are there like a couple of days. Is there anybody who's like, oh man, I got to keep track of you? What's your socials? What's whatever?
Yeah, well, actually, both Lou and Lee, I get to meet for the first time at PCA. I had talked with Lee a little bit leading up to that, but like got to actually meet him at PCA. Lou just happened to have a booth like not too far from us, so I got to see him during PCA. I will say, admittedly, during PCA though, like I'm glued to that booth. Like I will say that I estimate I probably saw 20 to 30% of the actual show. Because I was just, I didn't have much of a chance, but yeah, those guys for sure. Both Lou at Lure and then Lee at Stolen Thrones. I got to meet them in person, which is really cool.
Awesome. No, that's a great place to meet aficionados, to meet people like yourself.
Hell yeah. I think there was another quick fire question in the chat. Where do you see HDA in 5 years? Typical interview job question, right? I think it was from Bobby.
I see working with you. Yeah, I see working with you, Stogey. I see working with you.
There you go.
Yeah. You know, I think that we've been very lucky that we've been growing pretty steadily over the last 18 months. I'm hoping over the next 5 years we continue to. I hope we continue to grow. That's the goal, right? Everything that we do, we want to make sure that we're continuing to take care of those people who helped us get to where we are. So, you know, I just continuing to support our local brick and mortar, continuing to support our local online retailers as well. And my goal is in the next 5 years that this will become my full-time job. Right now, you know, Andre and I work full-time jobs, and we're doing this when we are able to, you know, find time. Wait, I say that like, let me rephrase that. We're making time somehow for HDA. And so my goal is that I'll be able to move over to this and do this full-time. And, you know, Andre at some point will follow as well. So hopefully in 5 years, both of us are doing this full-time. That would be great.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And
Nice.
you shared with us your first cigar, but how old were you? Like, how much cigar smoking experience do you have?
18, man. So I'm 36 now, so I've been smoking cigars
18.
for half my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
we're trying to age. When were you born? 89.
May.
When were you born? May? February. So being that I'm superior, no.
Yeah. I started smoking right after I turned 18. It was just, I remember my dad smoking cigars and my grandpa.
Nice.
I just remember the smell as a kid and just being absolutely enthralled with the smell of cigars.
Dude,
But,
I wish
Nice.
I wish my stepdad smoked cigars instead of cigarettes, because I started smoking cigarettes because of him.
Yeah.
Ah,
Cigarettes, man. Oof.
My dad was
never-
a cigarette smoker. I didn't tell him I smoked cigars till like last year.
Really?
He quit because I was, he quit because I was young, and he was like, I don't want you guys to start whatever. And I was like, they're different.
By the way, Dad.
By the way, Dad, that humidor you see in my corner of my house, ignore all that. But it's not like your cigarettes. If you have any questions, please contact me. My email is no.
So I will say, like, growing up, my grandfather was like a couple packs a day smoker, cigarette smoker, and we would go to a one of his friends' house to they had poker night. My parents would go, and he was a cigar smoker, and I mean it was a huge difference in smell, and I was like, man, this is actually not bad. And this, I mean, I remember thinking that as a kid. I'm like, it doesn't smell as bad as cigarettes, because like, man, my grandfather would smoke when we were in the vehicle with him, and he'd crack the window like that much, and we would smell like a freaking ashtray. My sister and I would be like coming out like if we've been smoking too, and my mom would be all upset. But then we would go visit that friend, and I said, man, this is not bad, because he was one of those guys that would smoke in his house, and he had carpet, so like it penetrated, but it wasn't like you can say, oh, it smells gross in here. It's like, it smells like tobacco.
Yeah, I had I had, like, when I was a kid, there was one of my parents' friends. He smoked pipes, and it was the same thing. I remember the smell of pipe and being like, damn, that smells good.
Yeah, very aromatic.
That tobacco is different. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
I'm not going for a master's, right? But if I were, my dissertation would be on how cigar smoke.
Your dish or what?
My dissertation, which is the end of your master's. My main, like, 25-page. This is something I've learned.
Randall knows things.
Yeah. It's not going to be on.
How do you say dissertation in Spanish, dude? We got to work on our Spanish, bro.
Dissertation. Is that
Hugo,
right?
is that right?
Hugo. Dissertation, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Papel de researcho.
No, don't say researcho. Please don't say researcho.
It's not gonna be. It's gonna be on. No. So my dad was a cigarette smoker. However, pipes, cigars, they obviously have a different smell, and so
yeah,
that was what it would be on if I were to do my master's. I'm not.
I like it. So we actually have another cool project I want to tell you guys about.
Nice.
We're just starting to kind of share this too. Awesome. What is today? Today is the 29th. So next week on Thursday, November 6th, we're going to be launching a video series that we've been working on, which we're really, really stoked about. So it's, I'm basically, what we found was in the cigar social media space, there are podcasts, there are media groups that do a really, really good job of highlighting brands like HDA. It's been essential in helping like brands like us grow, helps get the word out. And it's been huge for us. And, but what we found is a lot of that focus typically ends up going to the manufacturers or the brands.
Correct.
I think a very crucial part, and where a lot of Andre and I's real love lies, is at the cigar lounge. We think that lounge is such an absolutely essential piece to the cigar industry. I think oftentimes it gets overlooked as well. And so we do everything we can to support our lounges. One of the things that we wanted to do is we started a video series that we're calling the HDA Lounge Life series, where we are actually going to brick and mortar locations, brick and mortar retailers of HDAs, and we're sharing their story. We're giving them the platform. We're shining the light on them. We are it's not about HDA. It's about some of our great retailers, and we're allowing them to talk about what's really special about their lounge, some of the cool things that you can expect when you go into their lounge, some of the brands that they carry, and then just get to know them as people as well, their stories, ask them some fun questions. And it's we're doing a video series, for about between 45 minutes to an hour and a half, somewhere in that range, depending on the conversation. And yeah, so that's something that we're really excited about. We've already filmed our first few episodes. We're going to start airing them next week. It's going to be on YouTube, and then we're going to have some shorts and stuff on Instagram and on YouTube as well, or some reels on Instagram and some shorts on YouTube. And so yeah, we're really excited to start releasing those. So just follow us on social media at HDA Cigars on Instagram, and then HDA Cigars on YouTube. Those will start coming out. So we have some really exciting people that we're excited to share with the cigar industry and share with those that are not necessarily in that close region.
Yeah,
nice. Definitely tag us and add us as collaborators. We'd love to help out as much as we can. For you taking your time to come on the show with us. So anything we can do to help, any couple more viewers, isn't gonna hurt.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, you guys are what you guys are doing, man. It's very appreciated. Like I said, for brands like myself, for guys like Lou that you're going to be having on, and that type of stuff is like very, very. It means a lot to us, and we definitely appreciate being able to share our story with you guys and with your audience. Appreciate guys like AJ that are there that are supporting us. Appreciate people that have never heard of us before, and we're happy to share our story and just ask you give us a try and let us know what you think. And yeah, man, we're excited. We love this journey so far, and we're having a great time, and we hope to be doing it for at least 5 more years.
Definitely.
There you go.
Very nice.
Also, there was a real quick one that said AJ, it was like final thoughts and ratings. Dude, this cigar, like I'm burning my fingers because I want to finish it so bad. It is so good. The flavor notes are not harsh. They're just like, the pepper is at about a 4, maybe 5, which is my like wheelhouse. So like I've just really been enjoying it. And normally I shy away from Obatepe because I've had one bad experience, but this is kind of like now I'm gonna start looking into some of these cigars that have Obatepe because this has really been a phenomenal cigar. If I have to give it a rating, I mean, I'd give it like a 4.4, 4.5 out of 5. So like I really enjoyed it. I can see myself picking up a couple more of these and just enjoying the hell out of them, man. I can't wait to try the other one. So definitely, good.
Yeah, I really can't wait for you to try. Thank you. I can't wait for you to try Descending Shadows. It's my personal favorite. Thank you, man. I'm glad you like it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead, Randall.
I was gonna say honestly, I've liked Obatepe cigars since I tried Foundation's Olmec cigar. Like that was the first.
I love that cigar, bro.
Yeah, dude, that was the first one that I was like, I've ever heard of Obatepe when I tried that cigar. I didn't quite know how to like put it, and then Ugo was like, "Oh yeah, it's like volcanic earth," and I was like, yeah, it's a weird spicy earth. Like that's what it is. And so for this specific cigar, for me, it's been more. At first, it was really spicy. It was earthy. It was but then in the second and final third, it softened up, but it became very beautiful with its like chocolate cocoa notes. And I was like, oh well, shoot, if I'm gonna smoke something, I'm gonna retrohale the hell out of it anyways. That's what I want. I want something that's not gonna like make me feel like I'm doing cocaine, right? Like not to be not to
wow,
be like,
wow, Randall.
Yeah,
dig more into that. Not to demonetize this whole podcast, but like
no shit.
Like so I'm, as you guys know, if you follow me, if you follow the podcast, like I am one of those people. I retrohale the whole thing from the first to the final third. And for me, it started off, I was like surprised at how smooth the retro was, even though it was like Nicaraguan binder filler, it's smooth. Maybe that's the Ecuadorian Maduro. And then it moves in second, final third. And I'm like, why am I getting chocolate now? Why am I getting a little bit of spiced earth, but then like chocolate? So I've definitely appreciated that personally.
Thank you, man.
So,
yeah, we try and blend for transitions. We don't want to stale smoke. all the way through. We want those transitions. So
Well,
I'm glad. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I'm one of those people. I'm a cigar smoker to the point of like, it's not about, oh, I'm celebrating my daughter's graduation. I'm celebrating anything. It's like, I want something that's going to have, a little bit of punch to it and everything. But like, I enjoyed the sweetness that came out of the second. I really felt like it found its footing in the second and final third. And
I would agree to that. Yeah, it did simmer down a little bit for me, and
it simmered down a lot. Yeah,
I picked up a lot of floral notes actually, or floral herbal notes here in the second and last thirds.
Yeah, you and I are smoking the same thing, right, Hugo?
Yeah,
and
you guys are.
Yeah.
Also,
No, Randall's on his second, right?
Yeah. But
wait, Randall, you're on the second cigar?
He's on here.
I'm a fast smoker.
This
So
guy,
I jumped to, dude. I jumped to Texas Cigar. Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
But while I
Guys,
was
the
on
beans,
the first cigar, well, I started at like 20. So just so the chat knows, I'm not just like hotboxing this thing. I was gonna say GD thing, but I'm not just hotboxing this thing. I start this thing when I start setting up for the podcast.
Me too.
So
yeah.
Oh, that's very nice of you. You want to continue? So I'm an indulgent person. If my wife put a chocolate cake in front of me and said, "Grab a piece," I'm grabbing the whole cake, and then she's taking.
We saw that with a fucking whiskey bottle, bro.
Yeah.
This guy got it like yesterday, bro. He got it like in a bomb from one of our friends. Look at this guy. Oh my god.
All right.
Dude.
So as a person who likes to fast forward cigars, no, but I've tried both now, and I will say, fantastic. Like, and I'm not just saying that. Like no, the first couple puffs, I was like, oh man, this is stronger than I thought it would be. And then, it piles down and it goes down and it's like, oh, chocolate, cedar earth, oh, this is nice. I like this. I jump into the second cigar and I'm like, oh, this is even nicer. This is, hey, but now it's spicy earth and now it's, whatever.
For sure, bro.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad you like it, man. I appreciate that.
Zach,
I really enjoy it.
Yeah, Zach, any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
No, just guys, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I definitely appreciate it. Everybody out there, support local, support small business, man.
We're trying.
Even if we're not talking small brands, I'm talking support your local B&Ms. Help those folks out, man, because they're really what makes this the cigar world go round.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
100%.
We're trying. Legislation's making it a little bit hard, but we try. We we do what we can, and
we gotta do what we
thank you
can,
for
man.
coming on, and maybe next time around, Andre can show up, and
no doubt.
And you mentioned that you have new projects coming up, so we'll more than likely invite you for episode 2. You know what I mean? So
Perfect.
you can share with us.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, cool. Thank you, Chad, for sticking to the end. Thank you, Zach, for coming on the show, for giving away a few of your cigars, and we will catch you guys next week.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.